Welcome back to the channel. This is Gillis TV here right on Clemhawks, and today we got some more MLB off-season, and you know we love those rumors. We love players saying, hey, I'm only going to play for these teams. I'm interested only in playing with these teams. And teams coming out saying, hey, we're going to go hard at guys like Aaron Judge, Carlos Correa, you know, Jacob deGrom, Xander Bogaerts, and two of those names are mentioned in this video. But before we get started, if you want more MLB, NHL news, rumors, and all of the above, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, and let's get going. Like I said, two guys, let's actually start with the fairy tale Cinderella story that almost happened. Philadelphia, couple games just made the postseason and then eventually made it to the World Series. They were really good this postseason. Yeah, they had their ups or downs, but they went into the World Series with high expectations, being the Cinderella story, you could say, against a team that didn't lose throughout the postseason yet, and they were able to come out and take a 2-1 commanding lead. Unfortunately, they lost, but give credit to the Astros of an incredible postseason they had. But now it's the off season, and the Phillies are looking to upgrade, and two names have came onto their radar, and both shortstops. I'll give you my take on both of them. Carlos Correa and Xander Bogaerts. You guys might be saying, well, we got Segura. Yeah, you got Segura, but he is a versatile player. He can play multiple positions if need be. These two guys can bolster your lineup, and it really depends on where you want to go. One's 28, one's 30. At that point, you got to think of the money of the years and whatnot. But both players play a different style of offensive game. Where we start with Correa, who has more of a power swing than Xander Bogaerts. He can hit those crucial home runs. Last season, he hit 291 with 22 home runs, 64 RBIs, no stolen bases, and 522 at bats. And for his career, 3,346 at bats. He's hitting 279, 155 home runs, 553 RBIs, and 33 stolen bases. So the guy has some power in his bat, and he is named I Am Group, by the way, if anyone's interested. But Correa is opting out of the deal he signed last offseason with the Minnesota Twins. He opted out of a $30 million year this year to try and go win again. I think with Houston winning, it probably brought back some feelings how he wants to be back at that point. And with the Twins having that a rookie come up who is sensational, this was the right move by both the organization and Carlos Correa to say, here, take the opt out, go where you want to go to win. And I believe the Phillies can be in the postseason and have a chance to win again next season with a couple of upgrades, which would be at shortstop with Correa or Bogaerts, plus maybe another starting pitcher, which was kind of the reason why they didn't didn't win it, I believe, because they didn't have the fourth string pitcher who could actually come out and give you a solid game and let your relievers rest. Of course, there were other things, but we'll leave that in the past. This is the future. And they did make that big splash with Kyle Schwarber last year. So adding a guy like Correa or Bogaerts would be really beneficial to this Phillies team. Now, Correa is the more power hitter. It shows in his stats. And over the course of his season, last season he had 24 doubles, one triple, 61 walks, and 121 strikeouts. And he was caught stealing once. He only attempted to steal once last season. But over the course of his career, he's hit 34 home runs. He's always in the 20s average, so there's some pop in his bat. Now, we go look at Bogaerts, who is 2 years older at 30. Bogaerts is a different style of player. He can hit the home run, but he's one of those guys put the ball in play. Sorry, I had to cough there. And what I mean by that is he goes for the singles, he goes for the doubles. He's trying to move the runner. If there's a runner on second, he's trying to hit a single to try and score that run. He's not going for the big power. He's going for let's move the batter up. There's none out. Move the batter to third. If I get out, I get out. I don't care. That runner's to third. Bogaerts is let's put it in play, see what happens with the occasional home run that happens from time to time. Last season, he hit in 557 at bats. He hit 307 with 15 home runs, 73 RBIs, and he does have speed with 8 stolen bases and an OPS of 833. Over the course of his career, in 4,834 at bats, so we're talking about 1,000 less or 1,500 less at bats than Correa, or more than Correa. He hits a 292 with 156 home runs, 683 RBIs, and 74 stolen bases. So it's really what the Phillies want. Do they want a guy that has some pop in his bat? Correa would be the option. He is younger. But Bogaerts has the better average, and he's more of a hit the grass, move the runner type of deal. He'd rather, instead of getting a fly out trying to hit a home run, he'd rather hit the gap for a double, scoring a run. Even though it's not too off the home run, he's still in scoring position. He has the speed to steal bases, which over the course of his career he's pretty good at. So the Phillies are interested in both. It depends on which way they want to go. Do you go with the more powerful hitter in Correa, who is younger, or the more veteran who is 2 years older with 1,500 more plate appearances that, had a really good season last season, that could put the ball in play and get you those timely singles to just get on base. Because if I have Bogaerts coming up in the ninth and we're down 5-4 and there's a chance he could get on base, that's huge. Bogaerts is pretty good on getting on base. As a Toronto fan, I've watched a lot of Bogaerts, and he's a pretty solid player. So now, leave in the comments who you think the Philadelphia Phillies should go after between the two if both are their available options. I have to say, after watching the World Series, watching more of Philadelphia for sure, I'd say Bogaerts is the right option to get those timely needed hits, to get runners in from second, in from third, move runners. But you guys let me know in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Gillis TV here, right on Clemhawks.